Hello, Internet, Sir Mutton Chaps here. Welcome back. We are headed to Oggok this time, but first I gotta get my bearings and try to make my way to the city entrance before getting an invis from a druid who's in our guild, who I'll be trioing with, if that's the term. I was gonna duo with the necromancer, but then she came along. And yeah, so I'm just gonna wait and stare at these butt scratchers. I do have a larrikin's mask, but it is not usable until level 45, as you can see there. That was unfortunate to find out. But we grouped up with Antheri and Enjoy. I grouped with Enjoy in the past. Well, I really was just on a mule, serving as that guy that goes back and forth selling fine steel weapons from guards. He was killing the guards in Misty Thicket, and well, I hopped on a character and I did the dirty deed. I was the drug mule, and I was packing a lot. But yeah, that was an interesting moment. I kind of fouled things up because I made one character. It was just a halfling, and I got all the items. I got all the things that he gave me, held on to them, and I was about ready to go sell them all. And I was like, wait a minute, I got this genius idea. You know what I'll do? I'll go make a bard, since they have high charisma, and I'll just throw all my points into the charisma, so we'll get even more money from each sale. You know, I was like, hey, that's a pretty good idea. I'm pretty smart, if I do say so myself. And so yeah, I went ahead and did that. I ran all the way from Freeport after making the character, and he's like, wait a minute, where's the halfling? I didn't get the coin back from you. I didn't get you to sell the items. I'm like, I didn't give you the money. He's like, no. Yeah, I kind of deleted the character to make the other one. And it was about, what, 200 platinum lost in one fell swoop. And, well, I tried my best to apologize. I was feeling very stupid. After having this epiphany, this genius moment, I just made myself look like a boob. The boob I am. But he had a good laugh. He wasn't too worried about it. He figured he was going to not be getting the money anyway because nobody else was up for it. Everyone else was too busy, and I wasn't. I didn't have anything else to do, and well, I was interested in seeing how it all worked, how people killed the hamburglers that, well, the halfling guards look like. Anyhow, we're killing some other guards here. I refuse to kill halflings because I like the city too much. I'm too addicted to that antidepressive music, or insane-causing music. I don't know. It's somewhere between the two. It can make you absolutely mad, it can give you an aneurysm until blood shoots out your nose, or it can cure your blues on those lonely nights of playing Everquest for hours on end. That raiders are prone to doing. I'll get into that later though. Episodes to come. But yeah, this is pretty easy. We did have the guard spawn there at the zone end. He's the only real hazard of the zone. He does wander. There's another wanderer as well, but zoning in, you just gotta watch out for Scar, and you should be good. This is a pretty solid area. He being Enjoy, was soloing this for a while, but wanted to speed things up a bit. Now, interesting to note that these merchants here are dubious. They con dubious. They should con dubious to you unless you've screwed up your faction in some unspeakable way. But yeah, that was surprising to me. I did not see that coming. I thought, oh crap. Invis dropped when I zoned in, and I figured all shit was about to go down. But well, I'm alive. That's good. And he's going to give me a tour real quick of where to pull from, because I will be on pulling duty. Not going to have the casters be doing any of that. So he's giving me little pointers. I did venture into that middle tunnel you see there. Don't go in there. Just don't. There's a lot of high-level mobs in there, NPCs. I think some of them are guild masters. I'm not too sure. And then further on into the zone, there's another area where there are some more guild masters. But you'll notice there's a lack of newbies in this zone. Not a lot of people prone to making ogres for some reason. Maybe because Fear isn't the most friendly zone. I mean, really, right next door is Plane of Fear, and you do have a wandering dark assassin that wanders the zone. I know that it happens to be the case in Everquest as well, but I don't know. It just seems like this is a less friendly zone, Fear. And Oggok is interesting, but it kind of, I don't know, without the newbies, without that hustle and bustle of newbiedom, it kind of struck me as Miss Moore's sister city. It just has that feel to it. It's very unsettling, and I don't know, has that grotesque feature to it. but we're slaying these nonetheless. They're actually pretty easy. They do hit hard, but if you've got someone to, at least someone to snare, and you can use Intimidate if you're playing a monk, then you're good. So, you know, have the mob be snared and have it feared, and just run around and kill it. Now, yeah, we're gonna have a little bit of a problem here. I don't know what was going on with this pathing, but he decided to go through walls. Apparently, he's a he's the Messiah. He can walk through walls and dimensions and even on water on good days. But I don't know what was going on there. That was amazing. I thought all kinds of badness was going to come from this. I thought, all right, we're going to have an ogre army. I'm having flashbacks from City of Mist. You know, where all the mobs come at once because the one mob you were killing fell through the world. Yeah, that's not too pleasing. But no, he did not. I don't know where he went. Maybe he went into another tunnel that's on the other side of this wall. I did not venture in over there, but voila, he came back out. The magic trick is over, and I'm going to try to get aggro on him so he doesn't attack the necromancer there. Now, interesting to point out is Antheri is an actual girl. This is well, this is supported by what is it? I think we were on Skype. What were we on? Mumble? Yeah, we were on Mumble. And then Ventrilo. I don't know. I got so many of those damn programs on my computer. It's just taking up space, needless space. We need a consensus from people. All gamers need to come together and pick one voice chat system. That's it. If that's even what it's called, I don't know. But pick one. You know? I don't know. I don't really care for Mumble because I got to use my pinky to press Control because that's the only key I'm willing to give up. And, well, my pinky gets all cramped up, and it's just not a good moment. And then I look like a crackhead, because, you know, crackheads have the, well, not crackheads, crack dealers have that one fingernail that's really long, and it's usually their pinky, but their pinky's kind of, I don't know, overused. And, yeah. And plus, I haven't gotten a lot of sunlight, because I'm inside playing video games, and I'm kind of buggy. Already looking like a crackhead. Anyway, crack aside. We do have a girl in the group that makes us feel a little bit more socially, I don't know, acceptable, maybe? I don't know. And Enjoy's pretty cool, too. I play with him here and there. He hasn't been on for a while. He probably is playing an alt or something. Or maybe he's stuck on one of those new games that came out and has severed ties to Everquest for a little while. But, well, whatever. Skyrim aside, Star Wars aside, this is still a fun game, and well, maybe if I could play those other games on my computer, I would. This computer is such shite. But, well, I could still play EverQuest on it, so I'm good. It's only a couple years old, too. I don't understand. It's not necessarily a gaming PC, though, so whatever. I guess I had it coming. I learned my lesson. But, yeah, I'm pulling here, not doing too bad of a job. And there's a server broadcast right there, talking about all kinds of stuff. Melinda. She'll have moments, and I feel bad because the douchebaggery on the server, it isn't so bad, but there are douchebags, and sometimes it just seems like she needs to go on vacation because I don't know. It's just one day she's gonna snap and just decide to permaban or just, I don't know, train a whole bunch of douchebags. And well, the wrath of a GM. I have not incurred that in the past, nor on P99, so, well, I don't hope to either. Of course, I'm not really a douchebag. I don't consider myself a douchebag. I'm a lot of things, and I'm also not a lot of things, but one thing I'm not is a douchebag. I mean, I could fake douchebaggery. I could do that little thing where they point their fingers and, hey, you know, all that stuff, and I could wear certain clothing and behave certain ways. I could wear sunglasses at nighttime with, I don't know, all kinds of mysterious gear just to make myself seem interesting. But I don't know. I don't think I'd be able to maintain that composure, that facade for too long without cracking up. I don't know. Of course, it's kind of hard to take me seriously to begin with, you know? It's one of those things. I guess you just have to know the person. But, well, I'm still soldiering on here. I've got the Moxie. I've got some Chutzpah. Still holding strong. It's kind of hard to remember all the little places he pointed out for me to pull from, but well, I got a feel for it eventually. Anyway, I want to talk about real quick Elder Scrolls, because there's like this rumor going around. Not so much a rumor now; it's more of a something that's going to happen. It's impending. Is an MMO version of Elder Scrolls, and there's a lot of opinions rolling around out there on the old internets. A lot of speculation. what if it'll be good, if it'll be yeah, you know, that kind of stuff. Basically, that's what comes down. Blah, 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 blah. God, I can't speak English sometimes. I really can. Just not the days where I'm doing commentaries. That's what it all comes down to, really, is whether or not it'll be good, and that's subjective. It's based on each person, what they're looking for. But yeah, they're hopping on the old MMO bandwagon, it seems, and we'll see how that turns out. But it got me to thinking, because I'm all about the blending of genres in music, in art, in video games, in movies, all of them. I don't think there's really a set genre. I don't really believe in that. I'm a genre agnostic. I don't know how I feel about it, but it got me to thinking that it would be interesting if they have like EverQuest Next. I don't know if anyone's aware of that. I think that's what it's called. It's like what EverQuest may become, and there's a website on it. It's not really detailed. It's kind of foggy. There's no real set date on when it's going to come out, but it seems interesting. But what I was thinking about is, what if they made EverQuest into just a single-player role-playing game without the MMO part involved? I don't even know really how that would work, because you obviously wouldn't have the auction zones such as Cafe, North Freeport, East Commonlands. I think those are the only three that were out there. You wouldn't have a lot of the other systems in place that EverQuest is known for. Definitely all the classes would certainly have to change, or you'd have to have NPC companions so that your job as a healer would still be important and vital. I don't know, but it certainly seems interesting, because I do like the EverQuest world. I like the whole lore behind it. I think it's all very fascinating. I'm not too sure about what's beyond Velios or Luklin, but I do like what I know, and what I know is Canark and Velios. I'm a little foggy on Luklin. I'm not too sure what they did there. I did like the idea of AAs, though, but that's neither here nor there, because I don't know if that would be included in an RPG, but I don't know, it would seem pretty interesting. And if they polished up the graphics, reworked some of the zones so that it wasn't all too familiar. Obviously, you don't want to be going through the same things over and over again. You know, it can get a little bit tedious if you've done this over and over again. And if you're playing in an MMO, none of this really gets tedious, because the zones take on a different life of their own when you have other people involved in them. What happens, what takes place, certainly changes the features of the zone, I think. But yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting if they ever try to do that, because EverQuest certainly is popular. I know there's EverQuest 2 out there. I'm not sure what else they're working on as far as EverQuest is concerned, but I hope the franchise stays alive, regardless of whether or not I play certain releases or not. I do like the lore behind it. It's very Tolkien-esque, really. I like that. Although I never really read any of that. Any of The Hobbit, any of the Lord of the Rings trilogy or what have you. But I probably should get on that one of these days. A lot of people will tisk at me and shake their fingers or wag their fingers, and no, they're right to do so. But I don't know. That's a meal of a book to read, and I've already tried to tackle Tolstoy, among other books. And you only have so much time in your life, and that's a lot of time to invest. Anyway, part 2 coming up here soon enough. But for right now, I must give in to primal urges, and by that I mean eat of the calamari. So adios.